Hello and welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Jet Report on October 26th, 2022. Victory week is moving on. The Jets have now won, what is it? What are we up to? 4 games in a row, sitting at 5-2, which is obviously a whole lot of fun. But now the focus, I guess, should shift to the New England Patriots. And the New England Patriots played on Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears, and it didn't look too hot. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about can Zach Wilson break out versus the Patriots. And, I actually have a versus game going right now. If you don't know what versus is, it's an app, social media app. With the link to sign up, I have that down below in the description. And it's very easy. You just answer questions and you have a chance to win money. And my question going this week is, will Zach Wilson throw a touchdown pass against the New England Patriots? All he has to do is hit one. So vote yes or vote no there, and then you're on your merry way, and you could potentially win some cash. So sign up below in the description. Let's look at just how opposing quarterbacks have fared the last few weeks, I guess, against the New England Patriots. We'll start there. So let's pull that up. And you have Justin Fields, who, 13 to 21, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, an interception, an 85.2 rating. And ran for another 82 yards and a rushing touchdown. It was definitely one of Justin Fields' better days and one of the better performances this year against the New England Patriots. And obviously with Fields being the other quarterback that a lot of people wanted in that draft, it seemed like most people were saying give me either Zach Wilson or Justin Fields. Then it's obvious that the people who wanted Fields are going to point to this game if Zach Wilson doesn't play well. So 85.2 rating, did have an interception, but a touchdown and 82 yards and another touchdown. So he, again, put up a really good performance. The week prior against the Cleveland Browns, Jacoby Brissett did not play that well. He went 21 to 45, 266 yards. He did have a touchdown, but 2 picks, just a 54.5 rating. And we saw a steamroll performance. The Browns only put up 15 points, while New England put up 38. Oh my God, 38 points. 29 zip the week before that. Oh my God, their defense was thriving. Not so much this past week against Chicago. Goff, 19 to 35, 229 yards, 0 touchdowns, a pick, 62.7 rating. So obviously not a great performance there. Week prior against the Packers, Aaron Rodgers was okay in this game. 21 to 35, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. His rating was at 89.1 in that game. So he was okay. I think we'd all sign up for that kind of Zach Wilson performance, even with the interception, and put up 27 points. So you'll take that. Lamar went off in this game, if I remember correctly. Yes, he did. 18 to 29, 218 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, a pick, 110.3 rating. Also added 107 yards and 1 touchdown, rushing touchdown. So 5 touchdowns from him. Lamar was fantastic, and we saw a little 11-point victory for the Ravens. In week 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers really struggled to do anything offensively. It was Mitch Trubisky at that point, 21 to 33. 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, a 73.8 rating. And then in the first week of the year, it was Tua, and they won 20 to 7. And Tua was okay in this game. He was pretty good. 23 to 33, a little better than I remembered. 270 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and a 104.4 rating. As for how Zach Wilson has done this year, we should know the drill at this point, but I'll pull that up for you guys. Through his first 4 games. First game, 50%, 252, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. No passing touchdowns each of the next 3 weeks. 210 yards, 110 and 121. 99.3 rating against Miami. I thought he played it actually pretty well against Miami. And the last 2 weeks have been kind of rough. Just 10 completions, 18 attempts against Green Bay on 110 yards. Denver, he really struggled, 121 and a 61.5 completion percentage on 26 attempts. As for where I'm at for this week, I think with Zach Wilson, I don't know if we're necessarily going to see a huge breakout game where you get that 300-yard performance and 3 touchdowns, but I think he'll be okay. somewhere around 28 to 32 attempts. So I think they'll throw a touch more. Somewhere around 18 to 20 completions. I'll say one passing touchdown. I think no interceptions this week and roughly 215, between 215 and 230 yards, which I think will be, again, steady, okay production. But um, I wouldn't expect this to be the week where it's the 300 yards and the multiple touchdowns and the Jets go on an absolute rout over the New England Patriots. They could. Obviously, anything's possible. I didn't expect Justin Fields to hang a 33 spot on this New England team, but really, I would expect the Jets defense to do some damage against whether it's Bailey Zappi or whether it's Mac Jones. I don't think they've really decided yet what they want to do, which is pretty wild. But for Zach, I think he'll be better than he has been the last 2 weeks. I think a performance probably a little bit closer to what we saw against the Miami Dolphins, but with a little bit more yards added on. And I think he gets a passing touchdown this week. Will it be to Elijah or Garrett? I'm going to say no. I'll say it's Tyler Conklin who gets in the end zone this week. No Corey Davis, more than likely. So I think he finds the tight ends a little bit, and it is Corey Davis getting involved. So can he break out? Of course, it's possible. Will it be that massive performance? I'm not predicting that to be the case. Like I said, maybe we'll call it 18 to 28, 215 yards, 220 yards, one touchdown, no picks. And the Jets win a relatively low scoring game, something like 20 to 14, 23-16, something like that. I love the Jets this week. I think they take care of business. So with that, let's get into your comments. We'll go through the comments of today's episode. We got Crossfire hanging with us, says Jets are going to make the Patriots and Belichick look like a peewee football team. Ooh, let's go Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. Yeah, I want, and that was today's episode of Just Jets. So if you missed Just Jets today, please make sure to go check it out. But one of the big topics, especially in the beginning in the monologue, was why the New England Patriots should have a target on their back if you're the Jets and Robert Saleh. Jets haven't beaten them in their last 12 tries. For their last 12. They ran up the score on you last year. They injured your starting quarterback last year. You talk about keeping the receipts. That's the one that you should have circled, highlighted, whatever it is that you want to do. That's the one. That's the big one. So hopefully they remember that and play a dominant performance. JK says we need to run up the score on the Pat Sunday. No mercy. Never take the foot off the pedal. 100%. You want to talk all gas, no break? This is the time to do it. And I think Robert Saleh has much more respect for Bill than Bill has for the Jets and on the other end of things. But if there were ever a time for Robert to say F it, like I wanted to show you a message, now's the time. And that's really the thing, right? Like to me, it's all about proving you're different. And I already think the Jets have done that to an extent. It's been a much different showing on a 4-game win streak, up to 5 wins already this year. They cleared their win total from last year already and only 7 weeks into the year. But show New England that you're not to be pushed around with anymore. You're not to be screwed with, and that times are different. And if you can score late in the game to put yourself up even more, do it. Show them the message. Bradley says, what even happened to Mike Remmers and his I struggle to pronounce his name. Ogbuye, any good? I thought he was okay when he came in. I like Remmers. I would probably rather see him, but it looks like they're just going to use him for depth. He was pretty good, if I remember correctly, against the I almost said New England Patriots, against the Denver Broncos. I'll pull up what he did in that game. Let's do that now. He did. Okay, come on. Let's pull it up, and then okay. That always happens anytime I search on PFF. Boye. There we go. He had a 58.4 grade, but premium stats. Is this gonna work? No, it doesn't look like it's gonna work. Classic. Oh wait, no, I lied. It's gonna come up. I don't know why it takes a million times to do it. I want to see his blocking. Okay, he allowed one, and now it's not sharing the screen. I apologize. This is bad podcasting on my part. He had one hurry and one pressure. He was a very good pass blocker. Did not look great in the run game. For most of his career, he's played a right tackle. He did start in 2017 for Cincinnati at left tackle, but I think he should be fine on the right side. The last time he saw some legit snaps was in 2020, but I think he'll be okay. I don't think it's a long-term answer, but can he hold it down for a week or two before we start to see Fant or Mitchell make their way back? I would think yes. Crossfire says we need to beat them 120-6. Amen. Anthony Stevens says, can we take a moment and talk about Zach not turning the ball over instead of getting touchdowns? Rather have no turnovers and a W than 2 TDs and lose by 10. Yeah, I mean, it's that's fair to bring up. I think not turning the ball over is a big step in the right direction for him, um, and for any young quarterback. So that is a positive. I do think that the touchdowns do need to come up eventually, and the passing yards do need to go up eventually. And the wind, I think, is really blowing around my blue screen. So I'll flip it. Oh no, you still see it okay on this side, but on the other end, it's blowing it around pretty good. I do like they're winning, so I'm not going to complain a ton, but Zach does have to play better. And I think he will. I think after the bye is when he really turns it on. Brian says Jets enter a game against the Patriots with a better record for the first time since 2000. The Jets won that game 34-17. Ooh, I like that. That is a good nugget to chew on. Hopefully, it's a repeat of that score. I would sign up for that in a second. Sneakers to Boots is hanging out with us. What's up, man? He says 6-3 at the bye. People got to chill on Zach. W's are all that matters right now. The numbers will come. I tend to agree with you. I think the numbers come. We were talking a lot about this on the Talking Jets panel last night. We think he's going to get a year 3, and I think he should get a year 3. I think he's been better this year than what he was last year. He did take a step up, but there's 10 more games on this Jets schedule. There's still a lot of football to be played. So I know we won't beat the Bills, but if we are competitive against them, I will be happy. I mean, yeah, I would say it's pretty unlikely that they beat Buffalo, but crazier things have happened. I did not expect them to get off to this hot of a start. They are 5-2. They've won 4 games in a row. So who knows? Maybe you do beat Buffalo at home. It's crazy, any given Sunday, but I I would absolutely take 6-3 at the bye. We got our first super chat. Shout out to Ab Lab Studios. What's up? He said Zach breaks out at home in a Halloween massacre. Ooh, 38-23. Zach will throw 4 touchdowns and 320 yards, but we'll have 1 pick and a fumble from a Judon sack. Okay. I would sign up for that. A Halloween massacre. They are wearing the all blacks, which, as I said on the stream last night, is for the Bill Belichick and New England Patriots funeral. Sign 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sign me the F up for that, man. I'll take the turnover at that point, but I they desperately need a performance like that. That'd be awesome. A beat down of the New England Patriots is long overdue. Jets haven't beaten them since 2015. It's been a long time. Steven says Zach Wilson has 1 touchdown pass in 4 games, and people are acting like that shouldn't make fans a bit nervous. He has 4 games with 20 plus completions, 0 300 plus yard games. Well, you can be nervous. Oh boy, he doesn't like. Tell me where Zach is throwing for 300 yards. I'm a huge Jets fan, but a bit hesitant on Zach. What he can do when the game is high scoring. They haven't really had that opportunity for him. They started throwing with him once. this year, and that was in the second half, or really the fourth quarter of the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The other games they had big leads and they stopped throwing. So V-Man says Patriots are an incompetent mess. Their offense is second in the NFL in turnovers versus Jets defense eighth in takeaways. I expect the Jets to have excellent field position all game. Love that. Joe says, "Hey Matt, would you place money on the Jets for this Sunday?" I would. I think I would take them on the money line. I've been doing some parlays. The last 2 weeks that it worked was I can't do it this week, was Jets outright and Brees Hall anytime touchdown score. Obviously, the Brees Hall one is going to change, but who knows? I would take the Jets on the money line. They're a slight underdog right now. They're like a point and a half underdogs, but I don't think it matters. Anthony says Belichick is going for the second all-time win record against us. Patriots win this game, guys. Who cares about this win record? Their team hasn't been any good. The Jets are better than them. They should win this game. Even with the injury to Brees Hall, even with the injury to Elijah Vera Tucker, they're better. John Finnegan says one of these Jets has to come back and start this season. Stephen Hill, Jason Morrow, or Ryan Clady. Who are we going with? Morrow? Can I get rookie Jason Morrow? I thought he was actually pretty good. Sneakers to Boot says Ferguson Ring of Honor game Sunday as well. Love the Brickashaw Ferguson, an absolute Jets legend, a Long Island legend if there ever was one. He deserves all the love, and he deserves a Jets W. Just like in 2006 during the regular season up in New England, just like in 2009 in that building, in 2010 in the regular season in the playoffs. He's a good one, man. Let's go. Brian says, I'll try to come back with the exact numbers tomorrow, but since 2007, my bookkeeping indicates that Belichick is 21-12 against second-year quarterbacks. Not as good as his vaunted 15-2 against rookies. Yeah, he absolutely dominates young quarterbacks, but Jets have life, and they're playing better football. They should win this team. They are better than the New England Patriots. Oh, nice bet here from Joe. He said last week I hit 10 to win 650. Jets money line, Giants money line, Seahawks money line, Kansas City over, Titans -2.5. Love that parlay. That's fantastic, man. Good for you. Oh, Ryan Garcia says Sauce's first pick six against bitch ass Pats would be so delicious. Yes, whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi, we don't know which one it is, but guess what? Both have turned the football over a ton. Let's bring them up. Last game, Mac Jones had an interception on one of his 6 passing attempts before he got pulled. And oh crap, it went back to okay, let's go forward here. Here's what happened last time out for New England. Bailey Zappi, 14-22, 185 yards, a touchdown, but also 2 picks and a lost fumble. Mac Jones had a fumble as well. So let's do can we go Patriots like this? 2022 stats. Zappi has 3 picks in 4 games and a fumble loss, I believe, right? He has 4 fumbles, one of which definitely was a loss. Mac Jones has started 4 games and has 6 picks. So whichever one you get, you're getting a guy who's turned the football over. So I think you have a good chance for an interception. Steven says, also, Matt, proud of you for being a content creator full time. We do appreciate your coverage and insight. Thank you, guys. You guys have been the best. I mean, for forever, but this month is the first official month of doing it full time. Got a ton of kind messages. You guys have been extremely, extremely supportive. It really means a lot. I have a blast doing this every day, and it's so much fun. Thank you, guys. Sneakers to Boot says, even with our injuries, our talent is far better than what the Patriots have. We got to punch them in the mouth early. Yeah, no doubt. I think the defense does that. If the defense plays like what they have in recent weeks, then I think you're in a really good spot. They're right now, they're top 10 I'm gonna pull up. I think it was Brian Costello who tweeted it out. Um, Gotta scroll back and find it. Yeah, here we go. Jets defensive rankings: total 10, run 11, pass 13, scoring 10. They played like a top 10 defense right now, which is fantastic. I got to give a ton of credit to Salah and Ulbrich for getting this thing on track. The rookies showing out early helps. The pass rush finding their own. I'm excited. Brian says whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi, all picks taste the same with a helping of sauce. Amen. John Finnegan says Belichick also struggles against mobile quarterbacks statistically. Lamar, Fields, Newton, Russ have all given them trouble in the past. Let's use Zach a bit. Yeah, I mean, look, one of Zach's better games as a pro was his game against Jacksonville, where he used his legs a lot. I don't think it's unreasonable to say that Zach can run. I'm not asking him to be Lamar or Fields or Newton or anyone like that, but he does have good legs. Use it. Johnny D from PA says, we asked Zach to limit the turnovers. Check. Then we said enough with the hero ball. Check. Then he needs to hit the layups. Getting there. This kid seems to be able to fix what's wrong. Give him some time. Yeah, I thought last week against Denver with like when he tried to spin out of those sacks so often, I thought that was a little bit much. But cutting out on the turnovers is really a big deal for him. I mean, let's do this. Let's go back to Zach Wilson's game logs and take a look at his career. Scroll. I'm going to minimize your comment so you can see the full thing. But thank you. This is what we're going to go on. Since his return from injury, in 11 games, he has 4 picks. That's paced out for 6 picks on a 17-game season. Now, obviously, the touchdown passes have to go up. I'll be the first one to tell you that. You can't have 6 touchdowns in 11 games, 9 over a 17-game season. But for his last 11 games, just 4 interceptions. I'm okay with that, man. Cutting down on turnovers has been big, and that's a good step. So I'll take that as a positive. I agree. R&R says, on to an epic season when we beat down these patsies. Yeah, it's been pretty fun so far, right? But a cherry on top would be a big win, especially at home. Sure, I mean, if you could beat them in New England, if you split with them, I'm happy. I don't want to get swept by them. And if you sweep them, I will be thrilled. But I think a realistic ask is split with them. And if you do that, I'd be happy. But to do it at home in your own building to keep the win streak going into a big game against Buffalo, that'd be huge. Sam Hickey says, Matt, I think Zach needs to rush for 70 plus yards on Sunday. Look at what Fields did on the ground. Yeah, he was extremely effective. And there's been times in Zach's career so far where he's rushed for some decent yardage. He had 91 against Jacksonville, 33 against New Orleans. He hasn't ran the ball a whole lot this year. He only has, let's see, 15, 2, 1, and 24 rushing yards so far in his 4 games. So I'm not opposed to getting him using his legs a little bit more. Anthony asked for Elijah Moore slants. Let's get Elijah his yak. Yeah, I want to see Elijah Moore in the slot. I know it's a big topic of debate, and I see the argument with why this offense values the slot so much, and Garrett Wilson's really the better receiver. But I prefer Garrett on the outside with his ability to go up and high point the football. And yes, he does have the speed, but I think it's like 80% of Elijah's reps are on the outside versus 20 in the slot. That's way, way, way too much. I'm sorry. That's just way too much. So I would really like to see Elijah in the slot, get him the ball, get him some designed touches. Why not throw him a screen? Why not use him, hand the ball off to him? Use him in the backfield. Ole Miss did a little bit. I mean, Braxton Berrios has like one big run every game. Why not use Elijah also? Alex T thinks that the New England Patriots will switch quarterbacks in the game because they will be playing so badly. Who do you think starts? I'm leaning Mac, but I'm not sold. John Finnegan, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, logging off, go Jets, baby. You're one of those supporters. Appreciate all the love. Hope to see you back soon. JK says, love the hateful passion towards the Pats in the Just Jets episode today. Yeah, I don't know. I was riled up. I needed to get that out. And like I said earlier, if you missed the episode or haven't caught it yet, make sure to check it out. It was something that at least I feel needed to be said. Anthony says Matt Judon was the player targeting Zach's legs. Yes, I remember. That was it was a little bit of a dirty play, the Zach Wilson injury. I want to see if I could find it on here. Let's do that. Zach Wilson injury. I feel like it's all going to be the videos from it's going to be the videos from the preseason. But let's see if they have anything from last year, or maybe Zach Wilson Patriots. That might do it. I'm gonna look and see if they have it. Now they have the interceptions, which that wasn't good. More interceptions. All right, they don't have it, which is fine. But yeah, let's just keep an eye on Judon this week. David says, no, Zach will not have a breakout game. He never will. He is what he is. We win regardless. Yeah, the game against Tampa Bay last year definitely was not one of those games, right? Or Tennessee. VR Hidalgo says Jets wide receiver Elijah Moore was back at practice today, and we've seen greeting offensive coordinator Michael LaFleur. Yeah, that we can pull up. I know I saw that online. That'll be much easier to find than a video from just about a year ago. Let's pull that up. Let's go. Let's make up and let's get back to work. All right. No hard feelings. This is football. We're all grown men here, right? Why not? Look, be a good teammate, be a good soldier to this team, right? And LaFleur get him the football. How's that? Let's compromise. Brian says Josh Allen had year 2 breakout game in week 11 against the Cowboys. Can we as Jeff fans wait that long? I hope so. I hope they can wait that long. What did he do in that game? That one doesn't jump out to me obviously as much. It was his third year where he really went off, and there were some big ones then. But let's do 2019 game logs against Dallas. Oh yeah, he was pretty solid. Oh no, again. Oh yeah, 19 to 24, 79 completion percentage, 231 yards, a passing touchdown, and he also had 43 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. He was very good that game. 120.7 rating. I hope so. Frank says Mac Jones starts till he sees Clemens. Dylan wants to see more quick passes. A decent amount of Zach's yards come from third down checkdowns. Get them in there on first and second down to make the third down that much easier. Yeah, I agree with that. I would say less deep drops and, just quick, 3 to 5 step drop, get the ball out quick. Boom. Let's see. What are the chances now that Moore is used in the slot? What are the chances now that Moore is used in the slot now after the bro hug? I hope so. That would be nice. Like, I don't know. I don't want to lose Elijah Moore. I hope that the Jets don't have to get to a point where they move him. And I hope that Elijah doesn't make it difficult on the Jets. He did the last couple weeks, but I hope he snaps it in gear and things come back to life. Oh, we got a V-Man super chat. Thank you, V-Man. He goes, just about every conceivable metric favors the Jets this week. Yeah. I mean, it's football. You got to play. You got to play these games. They're not played on paper or on a computer, but the expectation should be for the Jets to win this game. You're 100% right, V-Man. Shady says, "Screw it. I'll trade for Tunsil. I think they get him for a 3. I would prefer Jack Conklin, I think, honestly, but I'm not going to scoff at the idea of, trying to make a move for Tunsil. So I would say Conklin and then extend him. You can blame Zach. What about? Okay, this is from Sheriff. Says you can blame Zach. What about the O line that has him running for his life? Or how about when he is protected and he completes 75% of passes? Yes. So both things are true. He's been very good with a clean pocket, and when he's running for his life, he's struggled. What he needs to do is get those when pressured numbers up a little bit. He's panicking right now under pressure. Again, it's been 4 games since he's returned when he missed a month. I think we see an improvement over the next 10 games, 11 weeks. There's a bye week mixed in where he'll get more practice time. I'm not out on him yet. I think there's still, like I said, there's still 10 games this year. He's had 2 pretty good games and 2 not so great games. Let's see what happens. Sneakers to boots. This is yet another prove you're not the same old Jets game. Yeah, it is. I think the same old Jets would have lost to the Packers. They would have lost to Denver if they make it 3 in a row. Let's go. Yes, VR Hidalgo. Salah says Elijah Moore will do everything today and play on Sunday. Hashtag confirmed. Let's go. I'm happy for him. I want to see him back out there on the field. I don't want there to be drama between the team and one of their good players that they drafted in the second round just a couple of years ago. He flashed too much. There was too much potential there. We got to block a bot in the chat. Gotta love it. Let's see. Let's go back to SNY Jets. I don't know if you or the Jets just in general. Did you see James Robinson walking out in the black helmet? Hang on, I'll pop that up. That's beauty. Green helmet's really growing on me. I like it. I very much so wanted to see that logo behind me. I wanted to see that helmet make its return, but the all black I think is going to look so sick. I can't wait for Sunday. Who else is pumped up for Sunday? Let me know in the chat down below. Get them loving bots out. Get them out. MM Morris says Zach has 4 games with the current talent around him, and we are 4-0. There we go. Love that. 23 coming in with that Jordan number vibe. J-Rob, let's go. I'm excited. I talked about it yesterday, right, with Robinson. 1, I think he's a good player. And then number 2, he's a restricted free agent after this year. So you could sign him for the relative cheap, or if he leaves, you tag him. So that means that you get draft compensation back if he signs somewhere else. Joe asks, as much as I like him, is that not on MLF to set up some quick hitting blitz beaters and screens so they can't just sell out on Zach all the time? Yes, it is. I like LaFleur. I think he's one of the better play callers the Jets have had. I think he's been very inconsistent though. And he's still very new at this. So he's done a pretty good job of adjusting in game, but yeah, they need to improve all around. Ablab says someone needs to take Elijah's phone from him, though. Yeah, amen. Someone throw that in the river. And Sneakers to Boot says Robinson is only 24. That's fantastic. Brian says, I mean, with Zach, it's not just the numbers. The Packers and Broncos have great defenses, but he has also made 4 to 5 plays that made you think, what is wrong with you? LaFleur needs to get him to stop. Yes, that's a perfect way to look at it, Brian. There's still some head scratchers that make you go, what is happening here? What is going on? Please never do that again. Let's see. Are they wearing all black or just black helmet with the white jersey and black pants again? They're going all black. This was planned for a while, so they're not changing it up. I know the superstitious folks want to continue to see the white with the black pants, but I think the all black is going to look so sick under the sun at MetLife Stadium. The crowd's going to be so into it. A blackout. I can't wait. Updated record prediction. Let's go 10-7. Jets go 5-5 the rest of the way. Get to 10-7. Hennessy says, I heard they're going to try and get Elijah Moore involved. He's like a spoiled brat. Now we have to change the game plan just so he can be happy. I'm frustrated with him, but I think they need to get him more involved. Dre says, big game from our defense and Zach balls out this Sunday. Jets win LGF. Cali, hashtag Cali Jets fan. Let's go. Love that. Nando says 100 plus yards for Elijah Moore on Sunday. Ooh, sign me the hell up for that, man. Let's go. JK says, seems like Mike LaFleur is great at drawing up run plays, but when it comes to the passing plays, spacing seems off. Sometimes a lot of wide receivers in the same area. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that too. Anthony says, anyone still underwhelmed with Carl Lawson? I'm not. And I'm going to show you why, because the sack numbers aren't exactly there. But let's pull up where he ranks amongst edge rushers, because I think that is important. By position, let's do pass rushing for edge, pressure percentage. Let's do minimum pass rush. Okay, let's pull them up. Carl Lawson is, where is he? Is he here? 22. 22 pressures. What is that? 4 sacks. 17.7 is his win percentage, which is in the top half. He's been fine. Has he been phenomenal? No, but what's his pace at for this year? How about we do that? Carl Lawson stats. 3 sacks in 7 games. He is pacing for a 7 sack season. 7 or 8 sack. I think he gets close to 10. He has at least a half a sack in 4 of the 7 games. He's been very involved. And quarterback hits. He has a ton of quarterback hits. 2, 3, 5, 7, 14, 15 in 7 games. Sincere says, are we ever going to wear green? Doesn't look that way. Trick question from Lucas, because the Isles aren't losing tonight. Zach and Mims breakout game. I would not suggest Mims, but it's possible. I can see ZW running out of luck and finally having a 3 interception game. It's coming. I don't know. It hasn't been coming in his last 11 or so starts. I haven't heard anything else on Corey Davis yet. I think they're going to see how things play out, but I'd be very surprised if he plays this week. What else we got? Is it me, or do you guys pay attention to when players change their helmets and things like that? That you have a keen eye for stuff like that. I don't usually pay that much attention to it, but Dave from New Brunswick, let me know if you see that, and let me know who does. We got time for a couple more in here, then we're gonna get out of here on this really lovely Wednesday. It's a pretty nice day here on the island. We got a little Islanders Rangers later as Lucas is in here talking his talking his shit. He's a Ranger fan. He always gives me the business. Will JFM play on Sunday? Haven't seen that one yet either. I hope so. He's also underrated. Doo-doo-doo. How about a friendly wager, Charles? Zach Wilson has he'll have 0 games with 3 picks this year. Gentleman's wager. You come back and you get to talk your shit in a stream if he does, but I don't think he will have a game with 3 picks. Patriots, David Andrews enters concussion protocol. Does that mean he misses our game? I would be surprised if he makes it out in time. If we could find anything on David Andrews. After taking a legal blindside block. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty I'd be pretty surprised if he's able to, be cleared in a short week. So you might be getting him without David Andrews. Rich with the 5 and 2 flames emoji. Love it. Oh, Daniel, thank you so much for the super chat. Says if CD is out, then they have to start and let Mims play the entire game. Smith can't be having more reps than him. Yeah, I'm done on Jeff Smith. I am so done with Jeff Smith. I would mix in Barrios and Mims more and just not only use Jeff Smith for special teams. CD being out would be big because obviously Zach Wilson is very fond of their relationship. He gets him the football a ton. Thank you, Daniel, for the super chat. I agree with you. I think Smith, they threw him a ball on 3rd down. It hit him in the chest and he dropped it. What's the sign thing under the neon sign? Good question. It is a Sloman's Shield like seat cushion thing. And I had signed by like 2006 to 2008 era Jets. Let's see if I can make any of these out on here. Dustin Keller is one of these is Dustin Keller. I'm almost positive on the back and from 2008. The number 7 was the punter. I'm blanking on what his name was. The Australian guy. Marcus Henry, great special teamer. James Dirth, the long snapper. Brandon Moore was 65, right? I think. There's some good ones. There's some good ones on here. Good memories. I miss when they were at Hofstra. That was right by me. That was my summer, man. Fluff says no brown liquor. That shit makes your balls shrink. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I'm gonna have a problem then. Ben Graham, thank you, V-Man. Ben Graham. He knows his history. If Davis is out, we should only see more Wilson and Barrios on the field. I think that's what we'll see the most, and then maybe some Denzel mixed in there. All right, I think that's going to do it for us on this beautiful Wednesday. We are back tomorrow. We will have a game preview out in the morning and then a stream coming at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary. You've been listening to The Jet Report. Talk to you next time, baby.